Okay, so the Mary Sue, which if you don't know is on the level, it's progressive junk food is what I've come to call it. Basically, it's things that give you the benefit of calling yourself progressive, but aren't actually. They do push for some progressive ideas a good amount of the time, I'll give them that. However, I wouldn't recommend them if you want to get an idea of these are the complex, nuanced ideas of progressive policies. No, they're just kind of junk food. Um, okay. They wrote an article called How Bernie Sanders Helped Turn the Democratic Party Against Women. This is after Bernie Sanders just spoke at a women's march. And in the article, they also talk about how he's turning the party against the LGBT when he supported gay marriage in the 1980s. If you can find me one other mainstream political figure that was doing that, because at the time Bernie Sanders was a first-term mayor. He could have said that and it could have all been over for him, but he still said it. And for race, he marched with Martin Luther King. Hillary Clinton worked on Barry Goldwater's presidential campaign. Barry Goldwater voted against the Civil Rights Act. Now, fair is fair. Barry Goldwater didn't do that because he hated black people. He did it because he was a libertarian, and he believed it gave the government too much power. However, still, that kind of puts you in a bad position with history. But okay. And let me tell you why articles like this are actually counterproductive to the Democratic Party. Because you can't just focus on identity politics, you gotta focus on these important issues. You have to focus on economic issues. You have to focus on, now don't get me wrong, you can do some identity politics, but it has to be in combination. For instance, black people get a death penalty for killing white people far more than the other way around. The answer is get rid of the death penalty. Okay? Things like that. And when you only focus on identity politics, when you only get a minority vote, you can't get a majority vote. That's just common sense. But anyway, that's really it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.